We have a four-corner problem solving called down the drain. In your upper left-hand corner, you have the problem, which is down the drain plumbing company charges $50 for a service call and $25 an hour for labor. So this is our problem. Let's look in the upper right-hand corner. It says write an equation that represents the cost C of hours H on the job for a repair by down the drain plumbing. Define all variables. So we need to first write an equation and we need to define all variables. Go ahead and do that now. Well, we see that in the problem they charge $50 for a service call regardless of how many hours the plumber's out there working. So define all variables, we see that C stands for cost, H stands for hours. So my equation is going to have the cost for a job equals the charge is $50 for a service call. So I'm going to pay that no matter how many hours the plumber's out there. Plus, you're going to pay per hour at a rate of $25. So that's represented by 25 times H. Now, another way to think of the equation is the process. So we can write equation above process to remind us. All we're doing to find the cost is we're using the equation. So the cost when the plumber works for 0 hours, we're going to substitute that into our equation that we created in the upper right-hand corner. 25 times 0 is 0, plus 50 is 50. So the cost, if the plumber doesn't work any hours, you're still paying that $50 service call fee. So $50 would be the cost. Now go ahead and continue the rest of the table. And now that you continue the rest of the table, you see when the plumber works 1 hour, you just add $25 to the $50 service fee. So each additional hour the plumber works, you're adding $25 to the cost because the hourly rate is $25. Now we need to look at the bottom right hand corner and we need to plot our coordinates using hours and cost. And I'm going to set up my y-axis as hours and my x-axis as cost. You don't have to set it up that way. You could set it up the reverse way. And now I want you to create your ordered pair values. So at 0 hours, put 0 hours, the cost was how much? $50. So I'll put a 50 down here for cost and put a point there. So at 0.50, a point goes there. Go ahead and continue the table using these ordered pair values. Go on to 175 and so on. And we see that when we continue plotting the coordinates for 2 hours, the cost was $100, right? 2 hours, $100, so that point goes there. And if you were to connect those dots, it makes a line, and we know another word for line is linear, so therefore the original equation that we created is a linear equation. Linear equation.